All right, welcome to another Crossroads podcast with Milyssa Rose. What's up?
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for coming and doing the podcast.
No problem.
Well, I guess you didn't really have to come and do it. Are you at your spot or what?
Yes, yes, I'm at
Nice.
home. Yes.
I like Gizmo in the background.
Oh, thank you.
He's got the bling bling.
He does. He's got some New Orleans beads.
Oh, I thought I seen a video of you in New Orleans.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes,
The one with Lil White and King, was that out there?
yes. My friend actually lives in Mississippi, and we figured the best, like, central location, the most exciting place to do a video would be Mardi Gras, New Orleans.
Yeah, for sure. I've never been there. I want to go check it out one day.
You should. You really
Um,
should.
you're out in Georgia, or is that right? Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm out here in Montana. Hopefully, I go check out Georgia. I've never been to the east. So,
Okay, you should.
yeah. What, you travel much, or what? It sounds like you've done some traveling.
I go to Florida a lot, just because my husband's family lives there. I like to go to Chattanooga a lot. I like New Orleans. I like the mountains. I like the cabins. So I go to North Carolina quite a bit as well, like Asheville.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I have a homie from Florida, so I was thinking that if I start to establish connections, I could go out to Florida and then start to meet people in real life. But yeah, I mean, the first time I really met you, well, I heard you through the theme team
Mm-hmm.
remix with Bud and Kaz, and then the Real Ones podcast.
Yes.
So, but I heard you initially just because of music from your singing through them.
Yes.
So, how long you been singing?
Forever and a day. Like ever
Oh,
since
since you're a kid, probably.
pretty much. I've always liked to entertain. I'm the only child, so I would always entertain my stuffed animals and my parents. And my mom saw that I was interested in music and drama, so she and modeling, so I got involved in that when I was younger. I took all the acting and the singing and all that good stuff growing up. I originally wanted to do Broadway because I've always had this, it's like really big. Like my mom really likes Broadway. My aunt was really big into it. But and when I turned like 18, I realized I really didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to start doing my own writing and kind of taking control of what I was doing.
Right.
So that's the direction I, headed it instead.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig your style. It's
Oh,
cool.
thank you.
It's like pop, but you're like kind of punk rock and like edgy. I mean, what do people say stuff about like Lady Gaga? What's your thoughts on Lady Gaga?
I've gotten compared to Lady Gaga, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, God,
Yeah, your
Christina
voice definitely has
Aguilera.
those similar tones.
Yeah.
And but the videos, I never seen all your music videos actually till today. You probably seen like a spurt or like, oh yeah, he's checking out these videos. Um, but those are rad.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of you have this style sometimes that's like funny and like cartoony,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's like this like I noticed in that music video you had like maybe some like Ted Bundy, you'd have like
Yeah.
some serial killer or like horror movie type stuff.
Yes. Yes. I'm very into that.
I dig the blend of
Thank you.
like funny, happy stuff and then like dark and scary.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well. I know when I was, started coming up, it was the age of, people wanting to imitate like Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera or very like, super like girl next door, very poppy, like wear a midriff and dance around, which is fine. That's just not my thing. Um, so I, for a long time, it took me a while to be comfortable with who I was because I wasn't like everybody else.
Right.
And that was a little difficult for me. But then I realized, I don't, be myself. And because there's no other person you should be but yourself, and you shouldn't feel like you have to fall in line with what everybody else is doing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just being independent. It looked like you collaborated with like a bunch of different people as well.
Yes. Yes, I did. I met a lot of different people through, online actually. King, which is someone I work with very closely, I met him through Reverb Nation.
Mm,
And we connected, through Facebook. And, I meet a lot of people actually through social media. In Atlanta, I've networked with different, different artists, in, the city. But I just feel like outside of Atlanta, to me was more welcoming because Atlanta to me
right.
is very, very clicky,
It's like the
which
mecca of the area or something, the metro.
yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of competition. A lot of people don't want to help one another out.
Right.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, especially, you know, because you're like a pop
Mm-hmm.
style. I mean, you'll kind of like rap and stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
but your lyrics, do you write your lyrics too, or
I
do
do.
you also work with other people writing lyrics?
I do write my own lyrics. I did not write Busted. Actually, Tone Jones wrote that for me. He actually wrote it, and obviously in the the female perspective, and he was like, I think that you would do really well with this. So I, wrote to it. I mean, excuse me, not wrote to it. I, did a video to it. Obviously, I learned it. I've been performing it. People love that song, which I always thought was really strange. So not really strange, but it was. I never thought like I would write a song and actually be able to pull it off really well, or have
Right.
someone else write for me.
Well, that's cool. You
Uh,
can do that as well.
yeah, and I that really kind of made that song my own because I was a little iffy about it because I always like to write my own stuff. And then Couture, I was approached by JC Rocker and my producer Poppy Hay. They, wanted to use, a female artist, and she had seen me at several different shows on several different occasions, and she was like, "I want you to do this song. I think you would be able to deliver it really well." So those were the two songs that I've done that were not written by me. Um, but I ended up
Nice.
really liking them, which is good because I
Yeah,
felt
they're cool.
like thank you. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, write this," and it's not really me, but they were able to capture like me as a person, and that's what I enjoyed about it was they weren't like, well, you need to do a song, it's like so and so, and they
Oh,
made
right.
it,
Yeah.
what I mean, like they made, I felt like it was more tailored to me.
Nice. Well, that's dope. Yeah, I seen a few different videos for that. There was like some that were featuring other people
Yes.
as
Mm-hmm.
well. There was like sock puppet or some like puppet ones.
Yes, yes. So
I was
I
like, dude, that's
wanted to,
sweet.
yeah, I wanted to do remixes to them with some rappers because somebody told me it couldn't be done.
Oh, well,
And
there you go. It's like the challenge.
yeah, and so I actually had, a few people get on it, and they were all out of state. So
Mm,
I was trying to figure out ways that we could do it that would be fun. And I remember seeing that musical Avenue Q when they
mm.
have all the puppets doing inappropriate things. So
Yeah.
I found somebody to do it. And it worked out pretty. I mean, it's super, to me it's like super, like, I don't know, corny, whatever, but I think
No, it's
puppets.
cool though. Yeah, the puppets are sweet. Plus, that's what I liked about going through your channel.
Uh-huh.
Was like you had a variety of different things on your YouTube channel, at least. Um, that was like you had like the cartoon video, the dick pics one. That was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, dude, this
Thank
is, if it's continues to like spider web out, I'm like, dude, once this hits a wave, you never know, it might like boom out.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I wanted to do something with that because I was kept getting dick pics constantly.
Jeez.
Um and it was weird. It was like I got this influx out of like nowhere. And
Really? Like
and they
just rando?
yeah, it was like foreign men would just enter like a conversation with me, and that would be it. Like they would send me porn or penis pictures, and they were, obviously they weren't from America, and
Mm.
they were like, oh, send me your boobs, and it was like that song from Hobie Benjamin, send me your bobs. It was
Right.
literally like
Oh, I
that.
noticed you made a like a punch to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I wrote it, and so many women were like, oh my god, I'm so glad you wrote this song because it's accurate, like it's so true, that's how it works. Like you add people as a friend and they get in your inbox, and that's
Right,
what they.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's got to be totally different from for you than, me, cuz a lot of times I'll be like, yeah, I'll get an invite from like some obviously catfish account. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, this person is totally fake. This is just some like spam porn or something. To I'm not getting going down that road, but Facebook, And social media definitely does have its advantages. Like obviously I could connect with you and other people, but yeah, there's
Hmm.
definite disadvantages like that. But that was great song and video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to do it like a PSA because I thought it was funny. Because these men, they don't get it.
Yeah, that's pretty strange. I don't know. It's the 2022, but yeah, you had other things on there that were pretty dope too. Like I seen you had quite a bit of different music videos. There was like a Alice in Wonderland style
Hmm.
one. That was
Yes.
cool.
Oh, thank you.
So you
Uh,
seem to enjoy the like getting into character, and you have like tons of like crazy different outfits and hairstyles, which is very entertaining. So props on
oh,
that.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I remember as a kid, always kind of, admiring Madonna or, Cyndi Lauper or Michael Jackson, when music videos are more like music videos. I feel like now it's generally like people with a lot of bling standing in front of rented cars with stacks of money or
Right.
a lot of booty. And I like storylines.
Yeah, you seem to kind of have like a what's the word? It's kind of well, I guess it goes kind of into the horror sometimes.
Hmm.
Like it gets like edgy. So is
Yeah,
that? I mean, I guess that's what I can expect. Do you have like full albums out or?
I do. Yeah, I have several of them on Spotify and,
Oh, okay. I'll
Apple and
definitely have to
all.
dive down,
Okay.
check
Yes,
them
thank
out.
you.
What are they?
I've got the Rose Doctrine.
Hmm. I heard
I've
about that one.
got Multiple M. I have, oh my God, I have a lot of singles out. I do have one that's self-titled that I released, oh my God, so many years ago. But I do have a lot of singles and a lot of features that I'm on. I have one called Asian Fantasy, but I also did a
Nice.
mixtape called Asian Fantasy as
Oh
well.
wait, yeah, you sent me some links
Yes.
to that one. That was
Hmm.
dope.
Thank you. And then I have Hate That I Love You that I did with Rozzy L. Sins. Um, God, I mean, God, I think about, I really have a lot. I have a
And
big
you've just been
catalog.
doing it independently, or what?
Yes. Yeah. I was signed to an indie label years and years and years ago. And it was just a smaller label, and which was fine. That wasn't the issue. The issue
Right.
was, I was doing all this music and it was never being released.
Mm.
And so I kind of felt like I was at a standstill. And when
Right.
I asked him, what are we doing with all this music? He really didn't give me the answer that I needed or maybe that I wanted. And I
Right.
just,
Yeah. You probably want to get it out there.
yeah. And I was like, what's the point of, creating and doing all this work if we're just going to sit on it? So I just said, I'm going to part ways and do my own thing.
Well, that's a great point to make because there are a lot of people that kind of get caught up in that,
Hmm.
or they're even just afraid to release their own music. Maybe if it's like afraid of rejection or stuff like that. I mean, how
Hmm.
is that? How has it been for you, even as like a female, kind of like the shows you would do? What kind of shows would you like perform at? I've seen a few clips online.
I would do a lot of different showcases, a lot of charity events. I'm very selective with what I do now,
Hmm.
um, just because I feel like I want to do things that are more quality. Before I used to do like everything. Like if you wanted me to sing anywhere, I would be there.
Right.
And a
Yeah.
lot,
I've been
yeah,
there too, where it's like, yeah, yeah, opportunity. I'll take it.
yeah, I'll do everything. But then I realized that people are not on time. They're not organized. They don't promote properly, or
Hmm.
people are just dicks. I mean, to be honest with you, like a lot of people are dicks. It's like they're like, well, I put you on the show, so you need to do all the work promoting. I have no problem promoting. That's not the point. The point is, it's like you can't expect. Like I feel like if you're going to put on a show, like then you need to promote and really advertise your show.
Oh,
And
for sure.
and
It's
some
mainly your
people,
job.
yeah, it's like that's why like it's your job to like make sure the art, like you hired the artist, so you need to make sure there's somebody there. And they're like, no, well, you're a nobody or nobody knows who you are or you're not, da 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 da. And it's like, no, that's not the point. It's like we are all doing this together. We're all
Right.
working together. It takes time and energy. And when I tell people like I can't just get it all together for free, I was like, recording isn't free.
Mm-hmm.
Buying beats isn't free, getting your wardrobe isn't free, putting on your makeup, doing your hair, and all the things that go along with putting on a show, like props or
Oh
a
yeah.
gas. And it's like, you can't tell someone, oh, well, you're not Nicki Minaj, so I can't, then you don't deserve it. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. So, like, we're doing a job.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And if people kind of think like that, like, look, man, this it's taking all this time and energy and focus and, like you
Hmm.
say, all the expenses for everything it takes to, create your act,
Yes.
then, that's what, and it does take time to build your name or
Hmm.
your presence, but, you know, I don't see a lot of artists like you,
Oh,
like,
thank you.
yeah, like independent and kind of, there's like the underground hip hop scene,
Hmm.
which I could see you definitely fitting into as well. But I just don't feel like there's as many pop musicians and acts, in the underground world. Is there out in your area or
Not that I can really think of, to be honest with you. I would do a lot of shows and I'd be the only one doing what I'm doing.
be a lot of other rappers?
There's a lot of rappers. I'm talking about so many rappers, and they all want to sound the same, which is,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
there is definitely a lot of rappers. And actually, at first, when I heard of you, I thought you were a rapper at first.
Everyone does.
And but I mean, it's because there's the underground hip hop and pop
Hmm.
scene kind of blend in together or something.
Hmm.
But I'm super stoked to see that you're singing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because there's not as many singers out there. Or at least there
There,
might be, but they're not working it.
there's not, and a lot of them are not out there, and they don't sing live. That's another thing, and they rely on, I don't know what they rely on. Everything else but their talent is what
Auto
I've
tune
noticed.
and backing
Yeah,
tracks. No.
yeah, that's what I've noticed. But yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of rap. It's funny because you said punk rock, because I do like a lot of punk rock. I'm really surprised that I do pop music because I'd never really listened to a whole lot of it. There's
Mm.
only like a handful of pop singers that I do like,
Well,
but I
I guess
do.
it's like the most cheesy question to be like, yo, what kind of musicians and artists inspire your music?
Um, I listen to like a little bit of everything. Like my favorite female vocalist probably I'm gonna have to say Christina Aguilera, just because I just
Yeah,
love.
she is so rad.
She is amazing. Her vocals are her passion, her soul. I mean, when she sings the song, it's like she delivers it. And you don't see a lot of artists like that. I feel like a lot of them just kind of sing a song. Like I think she really feels it. I love Lady
Yeah.
Gaga. I mean, I love Lady Gaga. I
You
like Nicki
definitely
Minaj.
remind me of Lady Gaga in ways, like your
Oh,
voice and
oh, thank you.
your style and your
Oh,
videos
thank
where I'm
you.
like, okay, she actually like you seem to have some sort of a vision. I don't know with your art, I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I do. I'm glad that you picked up on that. Yeah, I do. I like my favorite entertainer by far is it probably is Prof. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's out of Minnesota.
Prof.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have. I just don't think I've checked him out much.
Yeah, he's actually going to be touring, I think, in your neck of the woods. I think he's got a lot of stops in Montana.
Nice.
I love him. He sings, he raps. He's also got all the different personas, and I think he's just very animated.
He's Rhymes Hairs. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he used to be on Rhyme Sayers, and then they parted ways. So he's just strictly with his label Stop House now.
Right. It seems
Um,
like, you know, getting on with a label that you guys are boosting and helping each other is a good idea. So what's your thoughts on labels nowadays after you've had an experience with a smaller independent label? Do you have thoughts about like the major label industry at all?
I think that I think back in the day, I think labels were a necessary evil, if you would.
Hmm.
Um, Somebody had said it to me that a label is a bank,
Yeah, basically.
and they will invest in you, but if they don't get your return, then you're going to end up bankrupt or shelved.
Right.
With all the avenues now, with the platforms and YouTube and other ways to promote yourself. I feel like there's ways to get out there. Will you make it overnight? Probably not. It's just going to take a lot of work. So
Yeah, and it's a
my
life thing, really.
it really is. And my mindset on it is, do what you love to do. Create your art. If 5 people listen to it, great. If 5,000, if 5 million, I mean, if you enjoy what you're doing, keep doing it. Because I feel like blowing up and like being like the next Rihanna or being the next, Pink or so on and so forth,
Hmm.
that really is like winning the lottery.
Yeah, and it comes with a lot of, I think, like control,
Mm-hmm.
possibly, where it's like, yeah, a lot of your life is in other people's hands, and you might have to meet their demands of what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
where you're gonna be. I don't know. And it's nice to be in charge of that stuff yourself.
Mm-hmm. No, and I feel like if you create enough of a buzz for what you're doing, someone's gonna find you and they're gonna see what you're doing and they're gonna back it 100%. Um, and that's always been my thing. It's like let them come for you, like let them run after you, as opposed to you running after them. Because when somebody,
Hmm.
when you go looking for something, they're gonna be like, well, you need me, and because you need me, this is what I want you to be. And I
Right.
don't want anyone to tell me
Yeah, you
what.
definitely don't seem like that person.
No, I don't
Actually, I
want you
think
to.
I seen you saying that in some kind of like vlog
Yeah,
type stuff or behind
yeah,
the scenes documentary.
yeah. I mean, because I've had people that want to work with me before, and they're like, "Well, you need to be half naked, and you need to really sell sex."
Yeah, I mean, it if they're trying to, like you say, turn you into like Nicki Minaj or
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B or whatever, then they're like, this is gonna get eyes on you. And
Mm-hmm.
but I guess then if you don't want to do that, you'd be compromising.
Yeah, because it's just not my thing. Like, if I'm totally cool, like if people want to be that way, that's great. Like, I'm all for it.
I guess
That's just.
that's what some people would say in the industry is like selling your soul to the industry of like, oh yeah, you're now their product. They can
Mm-hmm.
manufacture you and twist you into what they want you to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is fine if people. I mean, I always say like do whatever makes you happy. If that makes you happy and you go to bed at night and you're good with it, then by all means do it. But that's just never
True
been
that.
my thing. That's just never been my thing. Like I've never been this overly like showy sexual, like use my body whatever kind of person, which is fine. Like that's just me, and then some people are like that, and honestly, hats off to people that can do that and have the confidence to do that, because that's
To be
just not.
sending those dick pics.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god. You'd probably be thinking like, man, you should not have had that much confidence. According to your song, where you'd be like,
yeah.
that was a funny song. It really
Oh,
was. But
thank you.
yeah, it's well, props to you on standing your ground and being true to who you are and what you want. So, do you have any major goals with Milyssa Rose as the act and the artist?
You know what? I didn't really do a lot the last couple of years. I just recently started kind of releasing again and doing music. My goal really is just to, do music, put it out, and, have people discover me and hopefully tell their friends about me. And then I really was interested in trying to get some of my music placed. So
Oh
I
yeah,
do,
into some like
yeah.
TV or
Hmm.
movies. Yeah, that would be
Yes.
dope.
So I have a couple songs that are actually in a music. Actually, Couture is actually one of them that is in a music library, and they've been trying to pitch
Nice.
it. And then I have a song called "Stand by You" that is also in that library. And then, oh my God,
That's
there's
good. I need to get back on top of that.
yeah. So that's a good thing to do. I mean, I've had like some songs, like I've had a song actually placed like on R&B Divas, and then like they played it on a couple of
Nice.
sporting events. But that's really one of my goals
Dope.
too, is if I can get a song, like my song "Sick of You" actually is also in there. But I mean, like I see them pitching it, but like no one's taken it, like no one's taken the bait yet. And see,
Right.
that's the thing, I mean, we have like this illusion in our head that like, see, people are like, well, if I'm gonna get on, like if I get signed, then all of a sudden I'm gonna blow up, or if I get my
Right.
song in a music library, then like it's all gonna happen, and it doesn't happen that way. Like it's, and I know that that sounds terrible to be like, well, it's just a it's just placed. But I mean, it's great that it is, but I can't wait till I get the call when one of my songs is actually placed.
On in
And
like a major.
yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Well, I hope it happens for you. I believe in you. I
Oh,
think that,
they,
well, you've been, working it. I mean, when you take that much time and energy to put together music and videos and, you know, craft, work on your craft, then I think it's bound to happen eventually if you keep pushing. So do you do like features for people? The people hit you up like, I want you to sing on this song.
I do. I have people that do, and some people
You're like, I'm not interested.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Some people that reach out to me, I won't. I
Yeah, you
won't
got to
deal
be
with them.
selective for
Like
sure.
I won't. And not because I think that I'm grand. It's just that I know there's some artists out there that do a lot of features, and they'll do a lot of features with just whoever because they're paying you. And
Right.
I don't believe in doing that. Because if I work with you, then that affects my
It does
brand.
reflect on you, yeah.
Yeah, and then and I don't want to ever be known as the person that would just work with anybody and just be like, well, I took their money, so it's okay. Because I've actually heard a conversation of someone that was like somebody that I had met in passing that was would basically worked with somebody that I knew and then didn't really have very much complimentary things to say about them. And
Mm,
I didn't like that. And I thought, well, God, I don't ever want to be that person.
right, yeah, you want to keep the collaboration ideal.
Yeah, authentic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and there are people I've worked with for years that I just feature with. I wouldn't ever charge them in a million years because I know that I'm working with them. They're going to support me. I'm going to support them. But that's a very like close network of people. That's just not anybody because you never know. I've done songs with people and they've never released them.
Yeah, for sure. And when you, like you say, if it's a close network of people or people you've been working with for a while, but then if it's a random person you don't know, well, yeah, then obviously it's you, money.
Yeah.
You can, because it's worth money for you to sing or to even write. If they want you to write,
Hmm.
then that's even more work.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure you probably like to write your own music, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Probably prefer to sing your own songs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
again,
do.
comes that whole thing with record labels where they'll be like, no, sing this song, say these
Hmm.
words, wear these clothes.
Exactly.
And yeah, well, hopefully one day I'm going to try to find something that maybe hopefully I can get a collaboration on you on, but I'll talk to you about that later.
No, I would love to. No, because I've heard your stuff. You're different, and I like that. So yeah, I definitely would love to do something with you. I mean, I love to network and work with people that are like-minded and talented. Um, I think it just builds the network, and it just kind of expands our horizons, and we all learn from one another. So I mean, we're
True.
all into this together. So I mean, everybody I work with, I learn something new, or I get exposed to something I probably wouldn't normally do on my own. So I enjoy that.
Nice, yeah. What about the like even the podcasting stuff? Do you enjoy doing that?
I do. When I saw that the theme team was going to start a podcast, I just thought it was just going to be them.
Mhm.
And they approached me and they're like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I'm just kidding. I wasn't like that. Like I was excited about it. No, I'm just teasing. No, I will tell
Well,
you
you
that.
seem to enjoy it
No,
because
I do.
you'd get dressed up and stuff, and the first time I did it with you guys, you had like face paint on and everything.
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, they're in the spirit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for Halloween. No, I'm just being silly. Yeah, I really did. I was honored that they asked me because I was really at a point that I didn't know if I really wanted to continue to do music or do entertainment.
Hmm.
I never like voiced that to really a lot of people, but I was like, you know what, this is a good thing for me to do. I enjoy working with them because I've known them for years. And I knew that they had a good work ethic. I knew they were good people, and I knew they were going to say what they're going to do what they say they're going to do.
Hmm.
So that's why I jumped on board with
Nice.
them. Yeah, and I've enjoyed it ever since. It's been a good time.
Yeah, and they seem to treat their projects professionally.
Hmm.
And like you say, when you have a goal, you set out and do it. And you guys can like joke around with each other pretty well. So
Yeah, we have a good chemistry. I really do, and it's fun to do something like twice a week that's like
mhm.
out of the norm. You know what I mean? Because I never really thought I would be on a podcast. Like I won't even lie to you. Like I never thought that anyone would ask me. I never thought that I would start my own podcast. It was just like something I never thought I would do. So I'm glad that they believed that I was good enough to be with them.
Yeah, and it's also good to have like the a female.
Hmm.
It just makes it well-rounded
Hmm.
experience. And yeah, so I'm super stoked on that. I haven't been tuning in as much. I'm trying to tune in. Life, you just get caught up and busy. But yeah, I guess you'll probably be doing that then pretty steady if
Yeah,
they
we
plan to do that for a while.
yeah we do it every Monday and Thursday. So
Nice.
at 9 p.m. Eastern, it's on YouTube, and then they cast it to all the streaming sites: Amazon, Apple, Spotify,
Nice.
um, and of course they put the video on the channel. But no, it's been really great. We've been gaining momentum, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We've got regulars that come and watch, and people hit me up all the time, about how they like the show and how they enjoy it, or they make suggestions like what movies we should watch or what topics we should discuss. So it's good. Like it's good to get, some feedback from other people that they really enjoy it and they feel like vested in it, that they, want to be a part. And they get really excited too, because they're like, oh, you're going to talk about what I told you to listen to or to watch,
Nice.
which is nice.
Yeah, for sure. And it really helps kind of that just the networking thing where people can get a good idea of who you guys are and what you're
Mm-hmm.
like. And then in fact, over time they'll probably be like, how listeners will be like, they're my friends. Like you never even know each other, but they're like, I
Mm-hmm.
listen to them all the time. So
Yeah.
they got that relationship.
Yeah, it's nice because there's people that will log in and they'll engage with us, and you just kind of feel like, oh well, there's so and so, and it feels good that people are actually interested in what we're doing. And I think that's really awesome, because I never thought, and like I said, like in a million years, that anyone would really care what I was doing. You
Yeah,
know
and
what I
it
mean?
takes time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because haters out there. You have to deal with haters.
Yeah, I've had, like, it's always guys. It's
Really?
never it's never women. It's always guys
They're
that are
like,
like,
you go, girl. The
no,
chicks? Or no?
yeah, the girls are always really, yeah, the girls I feel are more receptive than the guys. Some of the guys are just like, don't quit your day job, or I don't know, it's
Oh,
weird.
classic line.
Yeah, and it's like trolling. Like people
Pretty
are
much.
trolls. I don't understand that. I mean, even when I see stuff online that I don't like, or I don't feel like somebody has any business doing, I would never in a million years say anything, because you know what? There's someone out there who doesn't think I should be doing what I'm doing. So I don't say anything, because I mean that's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? You're supposed to take the high road. And even when people are rude to me, I just delete the comment. Because I don't fan the flame of that, because to me it's like, who are you, like, and why are you even bothering me?
Yeah, and they usually want that. They're like, oh, if I get a reaction out of them, if I can push their button, then they're like, oh, yeah, it worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how I feel. Like I don't know, I think like you got to put your energy into things that are going to be rewarding to you, not things that are going to make you mad. But yeah, I've had like a handful. I've had people tell me that they don't like my production, but if I use this producer I would do better, and like I listen to the stuff that they're trying to get me on, and I'm like, you're kidding me, right? Like, you really think that that's an upgrade from what I'm doing now? But
So
it
are
really,
you do you have any like particular producers you work with mainly, or are you like open to other producers?
yeah, I there's actually a group of people that I do work with. I work with a guy, Chethan Music. He's from India. He actually hit me up on Facebook, so I've done
From
a handful.
India?
Yeah, I've done like a song "Games" with him, "Stand by You," "Numb." That's on the Rose Doctrine. So I've done a handful of songs with him. I consistently work with a producer out of Atlanta named Poppy Hay. He's produced quite a bit for me, on Multiple M as well as the Rose Doctrine. And the funny thing is, the person that introduced me to Prof's music, his name is Daniel Finsley.
Hmm.
He did some production, and he was telling me, he was like, you listen to so much rap, why don't you do a rap album, which is what Multiple M is. Most of it, well, it's Multiple M because I sing and I also rap on there, and
Mm.
some of the production is actually done by him, and he
Mhm.
doesn't really produce that often anymore. But
Mhm.
I've approached him about produce, like I did a song called Goodbye with CWiz, and we actually did a video when we released it or
Oh wait, I
whatever.
think I checked that one out.
Yeah, so
Is that the living room one?
this is the one where I'm in a jail outfit.
Oh yeah, that was rad.
Yeah,
I was
thank you.
like, and you had like a straight jacket on, or you were on
Hmm.
like an
Yeah, on
operating
a
table or
table.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and being shocked. Yeah, so I did that with him, and that was actually produced by Daniel Finsley. Funny story about that is I actually had Daniel produce that for me, and I sent it to Prof's people, and Stop House said he wasn't doing collabs at the time. So that's
Mhm.
why I ended up doing it with C Wiz. So
Mm.
that was originally the idea behind that song was,
Nice.
but it didn't happen. But maybe one day it will.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so you have like you'd like to possibly collaborate with some other artists one
Hmm.
day that you
Yeah,
would like to work with?
yeah. I mean, of course, I like to work with whoever would want to work with me. That I feel, what I mean. I'm honored if anyone wants to work with me. To be quite honest with you, because like I said, I never really thought in a million years anyone would really care what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm really
Right,
like down.
yeah.
I'm really down to earth about stuff like that because
I still be
I'm
like nobody cares. No.
no, really, I am like that because I'm really hard on myself. So I'm like convinced that like everything I do could be like 1,000 times better. Like currently,
Mm.
like right now, I'm like thinking like, did I say something stupid that no one's gonna like me? Like
Oh,
honestly, like
right. Our
that's
ego.
yeah,
Like,
like
if somebody doesn't message you like back right away, you're like, they hate me or
no,
something,
really,
you know.
no, really, it's bad. And it's like, and I like tease and joke a lot, and I'm a smart ass, and I'm very sarcastic because I'm just, I don't know. And then sometimes I have a resting bitch face, so nobody knows like how I feel about things. But yeah, like I said, like I'm good with whoever. Like if you have a name, I'll work with you. If you don't, if you're not, if you're just up and coming, I'm good. Like I started working with a guy like that was referred to me by somebody else, and he was just up and coming. Like he hadn't been doing this very long, and like I thought saw talent in him, and I was like, let's work. He's like, you'd really want to work with me? I'm like, yeah, why not? You
Right? Yeah,
know?
yeah. I mean, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, it's
You
like why
know,
not?
because there is always that possibility of, even myself as a dreamer or whatever. Which,
Hmm.
wait, did you have a song, Dreamer or
I had
Dream?
a song called Dream. Yeah,
Yeah. That was dope. That was quite a while back. So you've been making
yeah.
videos and putting them out for a while, huh?
Yeah, that one's but out. That was like my first video that I ever did.
Well, at least you have enough of a passion for your work that you actually will go out and do that. And I
Yeah.
was actually stoked when I seen you coming onto the theme team
Mhm.
because at first I thought it was just them. I was like,
Mhm.
"Yo, this is cool." And then when you got in the mix, I was like, "Oh, this is even cooler."
Oh, yeah. That I've known like Kaz and I've known Bud for a while, but I never really like we never really like connected until recently. But
Mhm.
I've known Kaz for years and years and years. I actually did I think I did a show with him, and then I've seen him in passing, and we did State of Emergency, right at the hit, like
Mm.
right at the start of COVID. With another artist, KP, and then we just kind of started working together. And then they started the theme team, and I do hooks and verses for them, and obviously do videos. So I'm like the non-official official kind of member
Right.
of you know what I mean. So which is cool because I've always wanted to be able to consistently work with people, because
Yeah. It
it's just how it is. Like
You
you
have to
get
build a team of people that
yeah.
you can actually like trust
Mhm.
and that have like-minded goals
Mhm.
that you all want to accomplish together. Because, like you've said, there will be people that'll put on events or shows and they'll just kind of treat you like another, you know, they'll just, I don't know what it is about some of these people that put on events and stuff that they just don't really care about the artists that much.
No, they don't. They don't. They really don't. And I feel like that's a big thing in the entertainment industry. Is there's a lot of ego.
And like you
People
said,
don't.
the dog eat dog, where it's like, oh, it's competition.
Mhm.
I don't want to help you out because I don't know.
No, no, I totally agree. I've never been that kind of person. I've always had this fantasy that I'd have a network of people that we could all help each other out. Like if someone produces or does videos. And I actually do have a group of people that I can rely on, that I know that if I needed something, that they'd come through for me. So I'm thankful for that. But I don't know why there's so much ego and why people have to be such assholes, because like I said, we're all in this together. And the more people in your network, the more people that you can reach. So I don't see why people don't want to help others. Like I never understood that. Why are people so self-absorbed and have so much ego? I never understood ego like that. I will never understand that.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's super good because the ego is you have to have a certain level of ego where you're like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna do this and I'm confident in whatever you're doing, but you don't want to be that, that that what's the word I'm looking for? That like superiority complex where you just think you're
Mm-hmm.
like better than everybody else, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it doesn't even get you far. Even to those people that maybe get a big following or a big name, and then you see them flex their ego, and it's not a good look.
No, it's not. And I will never understand it at all.
Well, that's good. I dig it. Well, I'm glad to have you in my network now,
Oh,
and
thank you. Likewise. Thank you. I appreciate you, giving me the opportunity to talk about myself.
oh yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely. I'm just trying to, like you say, build this network and connection with people, and this podcasting is really helping me do it too because you try to do it through the internet and it's just text on a screen. You don't get a good idea of who people are, what they really are trying to do, or what they would dream of doing, you know?
Hmm.
So, I mean, okay, like your song Dream. So, you got dreams then? Like, have you had dreams of like touring and putting on big, cool concerts?
Yeah,
Or
I
what?
mean that would be nice to do a tour, with people that actually will do what they say they're going to
Yeah,
do.
and properly line it up and be like,
Yeah,
and to get paid, where it's like,
yeah,
yeah, we're set up, we go put on the show, we get paid,
hmm,
and we go back
yeah,
to our, room for the night and then go to another city.
hmm,
But yeah, I've definitely been that guy that has been screwed over before and learned what not to do and how to properly do things. So I'm hoping I've gotten all that stuff done already.
hmm,
I guess some people would be kind of like, I was kind of whoring myself out for a while. Every opportunity, eating it up.
hmm.
Well, hopefully next year, I'm at least going to try and hit up the Northwest on a tour. But one day, I think I might have to fly out to, down south and on the
Hmm.
east. So I might one day, if I can get enough connections built up. But I would keep you in mind for that stuff because I want to see you perform live. And
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I enjoy. That would be great.
and
Yeah,
even
I'd
if
be
I have
honored.
I could set up like a little circuit down there where it's like, yo, I'm gonna go fly down and do like a run,
Hmm.
and you know, that would be rad. Um, and then the music collaborations, I'll try to work with you on some more stuff like that. Now that I'm getting a better idea of your style of music and writing and everything, maybe I could sift through what I got or create something new and see if it sparks any interest or inspiration for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd love that. Definitely hit me up. I'd love to do that.
Dope. Yeah, well, I'll work on that. And since you said the acting stuff, I was going to ask you if you ever have interest in like acting besides in just a music video.
Yeah, I would.
Have you ever done any at all?
Yeah,
Or
I
just
used to
music
do
video?
like commercials and theater, and I try to obviously put that element into my music, like whether it be like a skit or something. But to me, the way that I do my art and the way that I create, I feel like there is that element of the dramatics and acting in it, because I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand. I, for me,
Yeah.
because I'm really big on like storylines and, you know,
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, if I'm gonna make a song with her, it's gotta have like a storyline,
mhm.
and it's gotta be kind of twisted,
Yeah.
or there's gotta be like, I think it could be, we could come up with something pretty fun. I like what I've seen and heard, and
Thank you.
yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for doing the podcast. I don't know if there's anything else we should chat about before we part ways. And
Oh no, nothing. I mean, if y'all want to just look me up, Milyssa Rose, Milyssa Rose. That's my name on all platforms, or M Rose Music. Obviously I'm going to be on the Real Ones podcast
I'll
Mondays and
put all
Thursdays.
these links for you.
Yeah, 9 p.m. But yeah, I mean, I'm really like open to working. I mean, with you and anyone else that's, tuned in, I'd love to, network and, just kind of make things happen, because I enjoy working. It's good. Music is my outlet, but I appreciate it so much. And I look forward to working with you in the future. But I just can't thank you enough for letting me come on here and talk about myself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can always chat again in the future, especially when, there's, I mean, we can always just chop it up about whatever, but whenever you got like, oh, yo, this is my new thing I'm like promoting or
Hmm.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully, though, we can get together in the real world one day
Yes.
next year, maybe. We'll see what the state, if the whole world isn't on fire next year.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if it is, I'll be coming out there in my Mad Max outfit. I'll put on. I see you got the like fingerless
Yeah.
gloves and everything. I'm like, yo, I'll be getting into your closet and be like, no, I'm gonna check out. She got the cool jackets. No.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. But yeah, no, then you were mentioning about, anything dropping. I am dropping a new song. Well, actually, I dropped the song already called Ecstasy.
Oh yeah, I did see that
Yeah.
premiering sometime soon.
Yeah. So that I dropped that on Black Friday. That was produced by D Cox. He recorded and engineered and, did all that good stuff. And then I do drop the video tonight or Wednesday at midnight. And the theme
Mm.
team actually edited that. And I have different fans and friends that have supported me. So it's like a giant TikTok video, basically, is what
Oh,
I call
dope.
it. There's like a dance and, the whole shebang. So I think it's going to be cute. So that comes
Yeah.
out tonight.
Well, I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Oh,
And
thank
yeah, I
you.
seen another video you had like that. That it looked like you had some friends. Like,
Yeah, Couture. Yeah, that was the one that was written by JC. Yeah.
nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, great work. And
Oh, thank you.
thanks again
Likewise.
for doing
Thank
this
you.
Crossroads podcast. I'll
No
tune into
problem.
some more of your stuff. I'm glad to connect, and I look forward to doing some more stuff in the future.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. And thanks for all that's watching. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good
All
night.
right. You too. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.